Yo, what's up? Haha. Oh wait, my webcam is on the desk and not properly positioned on my monitor. I forgot about that. Anyways, I'm back. Um and I have basically the same amount of things to say, or the same kind of things to say uh this time that I did last time. Hmm. Live voting updates. Interesting. Oh, back so soon. Uh For some reason, that message didn't show up in the chat box in the bottom left. Anyways. Where was I? I think I was near the end of this route, right? There wasn't a whole lot left to this. I fought these guys, right? Yes, I have. Nope. Wild Pokemon. I fought those people as well. I didn't go over here, though. Yeah, okay, this is new. Calcium. Oops. Okay, I've got that, I've got the text document up. That's all well and good. Yes, okay. I'm getting right into it. I have on another page the ABC News live updates for the House Speaker vote. So far, the Republicans have actually fallen in line behind, who is it? Johnson? Mike Johnson, Representative Mike Johnson. Yeah, from Louisiana. However, my position remains the same, that even if he gets elected to the speakership, shit is not going to happen. Like, the Republicans aren't going to be able to do anything. Nothing meaningful, anyways. They're too, opportunistically driven. They're too much of, like, a ship of fools to coherently decide upon anything. You know. Donald Trump will save the world from Toyotas. I did not know the world was being threatened by Toyotas. But actually, to hammer on the point of Donald Trump, his influence is present here. Previously, between the last stream and now, there was another candidate in the House of Representatives that was in the running for speakership, Representative Tony Emmer. And because Trump didn't like him, he dropped out almost immediately. So it seems like the Republican Party is being forced to fall in line behind the more Trump-aligned candidate, who, of course, in this instance, is a white supremacist and also an election denier, which I think speaks to their inability, or their future inability, to do anything, really, in the House of Representatives. Because they'll be so hyper-fixated on that, which is something that's not actionable, that they will not be giving much attention, if any, to the other parts of a right-wing legislative agenda that might otherwise be actionable. Stuff like tax cuts and increasing the amount of border police and whatnot, and sterilizing more migrants and things like that. All of which is bad, which is why I think it's good, actually, that the Republicans are in such disarray, because them doing nothing at all is better than them doing bad things, which is what they would be doing if they were competent. So, I prefer a incompetent Republican Party to a competent Republican Party. Which it seems that that's what we have right now, is an incompetent Republican Party. I kind of forgot where I was in the game, I'm not gonna lie. I went to Mount Pyre, right? Does that mean maybe I have to go back to Slateport? I know there's some, like, Team Aqua and Magma stuff that's gonna happen relatively soon. Maybe I have to go to this place? Mount Chimney? Who knows? Let me get the acrobike up and going. I love that you can just hop around on that thing. Really funny. Oh! Alright, well there we go. I guess I can go in here now. I assume I won't need the acrobike any longer, now that I'm in here. And you need strength. Thankfully I have strength. Some actually decently leveled Pokemon in this here hideout. Gonna have to run from that guy. Same thing here. Currently the vote count is 160 for Mike Johnson to 134 for Hakeem Jeffries. No votes for other candidates and no present votes thus far. We'll see how this turns out. Yeah, okay, this is going really slow. Only one vote every, like, minute or two. So it might be a while before the vote tally ends and we see what all comes of this. Depending on the potential outcomes here, right? If Mike Johnson loses this vote, this speakership vote, then it's like we sort of hold our breath until November 17th, or until they get a speaker candidate elected, at which point we will have to worry about the government shutdown, impending government shutdown, right? If they do get Mike Johnson elected, we're still, like, counting down to the government shutdown, but now from the perspective of the Republicans aren't going to, like, be able to coalesce to really do anything, even though they're the majority party in the House of Representatives right now. And it's going to be a question of how many, like, basically what are the Democrats going to be able to do to keep the government from shutting down, because Republicans are pretty committed to the whole government shutdown-centric model of operation. They have been ever since the 90s. Also, that other message didn't show up in the chat box in the bottom left. What is going on? Is anybody in chat? Yeah, there's people here. I don't know why these chat messages aren't showing up. If that happens a third time, I'm gonna have to, like, start questioning that a little bit more seriously. Oh, hey, stealth section. It's too bad that I am simply stronger than all of these Team Magma Grunts and can beat them up if I would like to. Too bad for them, anyways. Numble. Let's switch you. That. When do I learn Mega Drain? When does this guy learn anything better than Absorb? This is annoying. I mean, I guess it's fine because he's a water type, right? Like, I have water type move now. I have surf, and that's all well and good. But I would like to have something better than just absorb. You know, Mega Drain would be nice, or just fucking something. Okay. Nothing new thus far. Fourth nominee for speaker. Out of however many. Anyways, there was one other thing I wanted to talk about as well. Like one big thing. And it's the namesake of the stream. So, well, actually, there's a couple other things, but the other thing that is the namesake of the stream is what I will be talking about now. Then I'll get to the other thing a bit later. So, this is something I came across reading the French news journal this morning. What is going on? Get that out of there. No, you're not supposed to see that. I mean, it's fine that you guys can see it, but I didn't intend to do that. That's what I'm trying to get across. I came across a news article in the French newspaper this morning about Japan. Now, Japan is it is a country that exists. They make anime there. They do some wacky stuff there. They assassinated a prime minister once. That was pretty cool, because that guy was like a nationalist, ultra nationalist type. You know, rest in piss, bozo or something to Shinzo Abe. Anyways. There actually was a little while ago, there was a landmark decision on queer rights in Japan that I thought was very interesting. I'd be hard-pressed to remember the specifics, but here we actually have another one. Bear with me because I'm about to read some stuff in French. La Cour suprême du Japon juge inconstitutionnelle la stérilisation des transgenres. So, the Supreme Court of Japan has ruled unconstitutional the practice of sterilizing trans people. Now, I think the article does get into this. It is a pretty terrifying state of politics that was once a constitutionally okay thing to do, or that was a thing that happened. But it is at least good now that the court has declared, like, yeah, no, you can't do that. That's bad, actually. Let them just be how they be and how they do and all that. If I continue here, let's see. Grande victoire pour les militants des droits de l'homme et la communauté LGBT+ au Japon. Ce mercredi, la Cour suprême a jugé inconstitutionnelle la loi de 2003. So this law was only from 2003 that they were discussing in the court. Imposant aux personnes transgenres de se faire opérer pour changer de sexe et de se faire stériliser. So it was a law from 2003 that mandated transgender people, I think, go through physical transition and then be sterilized, if I'm reading this correctly. In fact, I can highlight this and make sure that that's correct. Yes, okay, so it did require people to undergo gender reassignment surgery and then sterilization in that order. Which is not good. I don't think that's good. Requiring people to have a very intimate surgical process that they might not want is a pretty bad thing, actually. You know, some trans women have been known to like a girl cock, and that's fine. Some. Not all, but some. Many people have said this. Anyways, I'm gonna continue on there. Cette décision était attendue de longue date au Japon, l'un des derniers pays développés à restreindre... You don't want to hear this shit again? Too bad, you're hearing it anyway. L'un des derniers pays développés à restreindre les droits des personnes ne se reconnaissant pas dans leur genre de naissance. So this is explaining that Japan is considerably behind the curve when it comes to other developed countries and the rights of transgender people. Yo, what's up, 1v3? I can't see the chat for some reason. Hold on a second. Where is the... Here. Resist colonizers? Ah. Lenin's 5 tank. Lenin's 5D2A. Nice emojis. I'm gonna be real, guys. I have no idea what's going on with my Twitch chat thing. Oh, dude. A Sankara emote? That's sick. Get that out of here. I am experiencing technical difficulties. I apologize for the inconvenience. Oops. No, get that out of here. Same. Yeah, for some reason I can't see the chat in the bottom left. Sorry, I'm gonna have to like take a brief pause from what I was talking about trans rights. You see. Okay, that's working. Why isn't this working? Pop out chat. Okay, so chat's working in the pop out. Here, hold on. Streamlabs, what's wrong with you? Alt F4 usually fixes it. True. Very true. Epic trick. No, fuck off. I don't want to do the whole trial paid version shit. Okay, widgets. Right? That's where this is. Alert box, streamable, typical jar event list. Chat box. Copy. Right? Hold on a second. Twitch chat, properties. Okay. It's not doing anything. God damn it. Ah! Chat box widget not working. Okay, awesome. What if I delete the Twitch chat box and then make it again? Twitch chat 2 Electric Boogaloo. Right? I think it would be browser source. Let's see. I'm going to create new and call it chat box. Make source visible. Okay. That's not what you're supposed to see. So now it's on the top layer for some reason. Yes, it's working. Okay, sick. That's all I had to do. Move this. Please move down here. Thank you. No. What? This is annoying. Okay, properties. There we go. Now it's the proper aspect ratio, I think. And then this is going to down there. This is progress. This is progress, guys. I promise. How big is if I look at this thing, how big is this? It does not show me. Okay, sick. Fix your badge? Oh, sick. Alright, I have one idea. There we go. It's a little bit smaller. But now I should be able to... Okay. Hold up. This is progress. I'm almost there. I promise you guys. I've almost fixed this chat box issue. Please actually highlight the thing that I'm clicking on. Twitch OBS thing. Oh my god. This is a nightmare. Dude. I have so many sources here. 350 channel points? Sick. Shaded background. Okay, put that above that. Okay. That should be fine. Right? I've got the... God damn it. Chat is now fixed, kind of. Right? Properties. Oh, it's not going to have the drop shadow, though, is it? Hold on. Big idea. I'm going to reintroduce the one that doesn't work. Sources. New source. Browser. Add existing. Twitch chat. Okay. Alright. Now I'm going to go properties. Yes. Okay. I'm going to copy that. Expert Twitch chat maneuvering. Properties. Paste this. No way. That was what was different? Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me, dude. I just broke it again! Here, hold on. Color. No. What the fuck? This has become the tech support issues stream. I'm trying to fix Twitch chat at the current moment. What the... Oh my god, this is frustrating. Alright, chat box, you're going to the Shadow Realm. Sorry. New source. I do that. Still nothing. This is hurting my head. I'm gonna be real. This is hurting my brain. Faster, 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 faster. I'm working on it. Oh shit! Your chat showed up. Thank you for the help, 7th Streety. Unironically, that's actually super helpful right now. Wait, is that... It has a drop shadow. Why is it working this time? I will never understand OBS. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, lol indeed. This is a certified lol moment. Where is... Alright. I have OBS in full screen. This is the only thing I'm looking at right now. Jesus Christ. Shaded background. I can actually get rid of the shaded background. Because I don't need that. Twitch chat group. Has Twitch chat down there. Let's make this Thank you, Donald Trump, for fixing this man's chat. Donald Trump has nothing to do with it. For some reason... Oh, no, I think I understand how I have to do that. There we go. Okay. Now, I can have the chat be its proper size. Like this. Like that. Yes. Perfect. Alright. This has been... Okay. Welcome to the Leftist Tech Support stream. I'm your host, Y2K, and I just spent a fucking 10 minutes trying to fix Twitch chat. Only for it to fix itself, and me not having any idea why it was broken in the first place. Or if it even was broken in the first place. Or if it was like OBS taking a giant shit all over itself again, like it does sometimes. I don't fucking know what the problem was. Yeah. Yeah, not our usual politics. Alright, get out of here, Streamlabs. Get out of here, random OBS support page. Back to the music. Alright. I already fought that person. Okay. This is gonna be a little bit dissonant because I lost a lot of the momentum from the news article I was reading. But anyways, we were talking about Japan, the court. The court said trans rights. It was great. And the article was describing how like Japan's kind of behind the curve on that. If I continue here, celle-ci pour que leur nouveau genre soit inscrit à l'état civil. Devait auparavant procéder à une opération chirurgicale pour changer de sexe sorti d'une stérilisation. Okay, so that's just laying out the previous requirements for anybody who wanted to have their gender changed in a way the state would recognize. They would have to undergo a surgical procedure and then be sterilized, which is fucked up. Forced sterilization and compulsory surgery is you know, like I said, it's not a good idea. Let's see. Une opération discriminatoire contre... oh, here we go. In the words of the Supreme Court, let's see. Une opération discriminatoire est contre le libre droit à ne pas subir contre sa volonté une atteinte à son corps. So, according to the Japanese courts, which the courts tend to be pretty conservative in every country around the world, they said that this was a discriminatory procedure, and it was contrary to your freedom to not submit to any like violation of your own body. You know, like if it's like the court said that this kind of compelled surgical procedure to be sterilized and all that is like being physically aggressed upon, and that's bad, and they shouldn't be allowed to do that, actually. Very cool. Qui avait pourtant défendu cette loi en 2019. Okay, so it seems that just 4 years earlier, in 2019, there was actually another court case involving this law, and the Japanese court upheld it at that time. But now they this year have reviewed the law again and decided, you know what? No, we will overturn our previous decision. This law is unconstitutional. Désormais, la voie est ouverte vers une simplification du changement de genre au Japon. En attendant le mariage pour les couples homosexuels, toujours interdit sur l'archipel, très conservateur. So they outlined that like this is trending towards a much needed simplification of the process of gender transition in Japan, and people are still waiting for a legalization of gay marriage over in Japan, which I think is still not legal at this point. Because, you know, Japan's a very conservative country, at least in terms of its governance. It's It's not something I've done a lot of reading on. As far as I know, there's like probably equal proportion of people right and left of center in Japan relative to other countries. I can't imagine that the population in a country the size of Japan would be so conservative as to condone this. I think this is mainly the government being conservative and then now gradually starting to change with the times. All hail Japan. Cringe. Only a cuck would bow to the state. A foreign state, even. Yeah. Kind of cringe. Kind of sus. Not gonna lie. Hidden item. I need to switch this guy out. There we go. Max revive. Ooh. You can't buy that in stores. So big W for trans people in Japan and for queer people in general, because now this opens up the discussion to be pushed a little bit further. Be like, hey, you know, can we have our rights too? Since you've ended the forced sterilization of trans people, can we like have the right to marry or something like that? I think we're gonna actually see, you know, a slow tide of progress in Japan as a result of this. Maybe not as a result of this, but like this is certainly part of that process. You know, things have been gradually getting better there over time. Although I don't know how long this is going to be the case, but it certainly seems that for the foreseeable future, Japan's going to be a little bit behind the social curve that a lot of developed nations have been following. At least I Hate China made the biggest cartoon addiction and a beautiful nature. That is true. The three redeeming qualities of Japan. The reason they hate China, though, is extremely sus. They don't hate China because they're like a authoritarian communist state, whatever. They hate China because Japanese people are fucking racist. You know, it's like China hates Japan for what Japan did to them in World War II, and Japan hates China because they still think like the Japanese government that did that shit to them in World War II, if that makes sense. But as far as the biggest cartoon addiction the world has ever seen, yes, and I support them. Anime is, well, I meme about it. It's good and it's bad, but ultimately it is an art medium, and I respect it for that. There's also been some really cool stuff that I've watched, like Furikuri and JoJo, Full Metal Alchemist, fucking God damn it, I'm blanking now on stuff. Oh, Hozuki no Reitetsu. It's one of the few ones that I remember. It's actually really good. Young adult anime. No, I didn't need to use Absorb there. God damn it. And yes, the Japanese countryside and the mountains and stuff are very beautiful. More racist than India equals exclamation point. Yeah, yeah, pretty sus. I think no, you know what? Japan is not more racist than India, but they are really fucking racist. You know, there's certain degrees of racism. There's the racism where you're just kind of unaware and like really fucking prejudiced by like lack of exposure or whatever. Like Japanese people will be pretty racist towards black people just because there's just really not a lot of black people in Japan. But that's like a different kind of racism than the kind of racism that Japan harbors in large part towards China, where it is genuine like ethnic hatred and vitriol, right? But even so, I don't think there's a whole lot of Chinese people that live in Japan, so you don't get the large scale institutional and pervasive racism that you would get in the United States or in India, where India is definitely a much more severe case of this. You routinely get racially motivated hate crimes against the racial minority group. In India's case, it would be Hindu nationalists usually perpetrating hate crimes and stuff like that against Muslims. Japan is not that racist. I don't know if any country in the world is that racist, except for India, because that's the example I'm referring to. But, you know. It can be bad. It can be pretty bad. And I have little doubt, to go back to that court decision for a minute, I have little doubt that, like, the reason this court decision came at such a time as it did is because of, like, probably overwhelming public pressure and support. Also, I'm lost in this goddamn hideout. Do I have an escape rope? You know, like I said, courts tend to be really conservative. So a lot of the times, the, you know, decisions that courts make are motivated by the desire for self-preservation and the maintenance of their own legitimacy. Where if if courts start to make one too many wrong missteps, people will stop viewing them as a legitimate government institution and cease listening to them, at least with a certain degree of consistency. We've actually run that risk in the United States. The Supreme Court has been issuing decisions that are so fucking bad and, like, legally unfounded, and, like, blatantly against procedural standards, that, like, people have started to float the idea of, like, hey, what if we just don't do what the courts say? You know? I think Japan, the Japanese court system is probably trying to avoid that, because to a certain degree, that's the dance that every court system in the world is engaging in, is that they do have to consider public opinion to a certain degree, even if they aren't, you know, directly reliant on it for their existence as an institution, the way, like, a legislative branch would be. You know, Supreme Court justices typically aren't elected, they're appointed. And in the United States, I don't know if this is the case in Japan, they are appointed for life. Which doesn't sound very democratic to me. Copium OD? You're gonna have to be more specific. Sorry. L for vague posting. So I fought Maxi. I think I have to fight Archie now? I don't know. I guess we'll see with time how the political situation shapes up in Japan with respect to queer rights. I thought for a second he said Opium OD. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, where's Opium? Where is he? He's I don't know. He's probably off doing something cool, like working on his master's research. Also. Yes, Opium OD. I would never. At least I hope I would never. Our boy be lost. Have fun, hopefully, in France. Yeah, true. We support our boy. The true homie. Do I go back to Slateport, I guess? Ah, yes, okay, here's Captain Stern. I don't know why he's, like, Captain Stern, but he's clearly in, like, a scientist outfit. Like a lab coat and stuff. It would make a little bit more sense if he was in, like, a sailor getup or whatever. Ah, yes, okay. So this is where I fight somebody. I think I have to fight one of these guys. Oh, no, never mind. They just hop on the submarine and go away. Nice. What time is it? It's only 2. Okay. Alright, so now this is my cue to then go back to Lily Cove, I believe. Yeah. Once I start going through the Team Aqua hideout, I can talk about Argentina, because things have been happening there as well. I mentioned it last time how how Javier Milei moves on to the second round, despite not getting the most votes in the first round because he was second. Some more stuff has been happening now that the elections have properly moved on to the second round, and candidates are campaigning to that effect. Oh, this is the place where there's a bunch of teleporters and stuff, right? I don't know if I remember the teleporter puzzle in here. Oh, jeez. Well, this first one was relatively easy. Junior post? Wait. Okay, can afford to lose 5 votes. Oh, okay, so, update on the House Speaker stuff. Mike Johnson has been elected to the position of Speaker of the House. So he's by a margin of 220 to 209 votes. It seems only 429 people were present for this voting session in Congress. There's a little video of Republicans congratulating themselves. Very nice. So now we enter the phase of, will Republicans actually do anything for the upcoming government shutdown? The answer from me is a resounding no, they will not. Because it took them this long to get somebody up to the position in the first place. This was a whole lot messier than January, and even though they did manage to get somebody up there, my guess is that this guy might not even have as long of a lifespan on him as Kevin McCarthy. Possibly from the perspective of, like, people within his party ousting him. I don't know how likely that is at this stage. It's hard to see down the line what's going to happen. But regardless, I think the real important thing that I will absolutely stick to is that Republicans are getting shit done. Like, if this is their guy, this guy is a conspiracist. He's a white supremacist. He's an election denier. Not typically the kind of person you would expect to understand the ins and outs of running a government. And I don't think he's a especially competent congressperson, insofar as you could even put the words competent and congressperson together in a sentence. He definitely doesn't fit the bill. So, you know, likely we're just going to see the continued inaction of Congress up until right near the deadline. And if anything, this will end up being good for the left because the right wing can't pull itself together to do jack shit. And then, you know, maybe they get like 1 or 2 symbolic, like, we don't like China bills passed that, you know, that ultimately don't mean anything. Yeah. Maybe they'll ban TikTok or something. I doubt if they'll be able to get through anything particularly meaningful. We'll see. I guess the like 7 months clock starts now till I think this guy's going to be ousted, because a lot of people in the party didn't really like him either. It seems like the party's so divided that they can't really. Any candidate is going to be the compromise candidate. Like we had to sort of swallow our pride and vote for this guy because he has an R next to his name. R for retard. Got him. So I think that's going to probably shorten his tenure significantly. Who's this guy? Yeah. Does ABC, excuse me, have anything interesting to say about the matter? Seems like no. Yeah, ABC rarely has anything interesting to say. Such is the case for a lot of American news. Now, let's move on to the news out of Argentina. I mentioned this last time. I don't know if this is going to be a segment, but, you know, here we go anyways. Javier Milei was the far-right, you know, anarcho-capitalist candidate running for president in Argentina. His main campaign promises involved getting rid of most of the departments and ministries in the Argentinian government. Typically not a good idea, you know, to put things relatively mildly. And he initially outperformed expectations and then underperformed expectations by surging leading up to the first round and then losing the first round, coming in second place. But that was well enough for him to move on to the second round. And here we have from Populism Updates. Milei is making some performative concessions to the left by saying that, oh, I will let the left run a ministry, just, you know, one ministry, I guess. It's possible. I think this has something to do with most likely ministries in Argentina having more autonomy than in other countries, maybe. That could be part of it, or it could just be exactly the kind of nothing gesture that I think it is, which wouldn't be all too out of character for the type of person that Javier Milei is. However, he said the elimination of the Central Bank of Argentina is, quote, non-negotiable. This is a terrible idea. Now, nobody likes bankers, not even me. Yeah, Milei looks like a joke after saying he destroyed the state and now trying to be nice with the trots. Yeah, I mean, that is pretty much how he looks here. Eliminating the central bank in a environment where there's still money, as long as you have an economy and you have money, you have to have a sector that is used for moving around that money. You have to have a banking, in air quotes, sector. The problem with modern banks is fucking capitalism, because they're all like owned by shareholders and they all do investing. It's basically every company, including banks, function mostly as investing firms, where it's like a shareholder playground, and then any function that they actually perform is secondary. The thing that makes yes, capitalism time. The thing that makes banks appear all the more slimy when they do this is because since the banks are charged with moving around money, managing finances and things like that, and also having some capital reserves for other businesses in the economy, they basically are privy to a certain degree of insider information that other businesses are not. So more often than not, it looks like they are cheating, because in some degree they are. Here in Ecuador, we're dollarized. We still got a central bank. Someone's got to handle the local economy. The Fed isn't going to take care of you just because you use their dollars. Yes, that's right. And you know, typically the Federal Reserve or the federal bank, the central bank in whatever country, yes, is that lender of last resort, is charged with getting a hold of those dollars and getting a hold of like the currency that is used internationally, which in this case is the US dollar, because global hegemon, blah blah. I don't want to get too far into the weeds. Abolishing a central bank is not a good idea in a globalized economy where there's a lot of money moving around. So this is more evidence, I guess, of just Javier Milei being stupid. The next point is that, unfortunately, the JXC alliance has been divided, not to be confused with content creator JXC, who is cool, I think. Let me look up Argentina JXC. Juntos por el Cambio. Political party in Argentina. What is its political leanings? It's a big tent party. Okay, so this is the liberal bloc, it looks like. Center to center right. Okay, so the center right coalition kind of broke apart, it seems. Yes, okay, their presidential candidate, Bullrich, just endorsed Milei, despite saying earlier, I think, that he would vote against him. That's kind of bizarre. And then, let's see here, 2 new polls, tied / Milei behind by 10. So this is, now the running is strictly between Javier Milei and Sergio Massa. That's what all is going on in Argentina at the moment. Let's see. Is there any more details on this? Javier Milei posted. Oh my god, he posted a fucking AI-generated image of one of the other candidates endorsing him. Look at this shit. Even in South America, libertarians still just fucking post cringe all the time. Great. Glad to see it, honestly. Truly epic. So I guess I don't want to retread old ground too much. Sergio Massa is clearly the preferential candidate, you know, relative to Javier Milei, guy who says I'm gonna abolish like half of the departments in the Argentinian government, which is a really stupid idea. And again, this is one of those wait and see moments, I suppose. I don't know. Let's see. When Argentina presidential election? I want to see when this election is going to happen. 2023 Argentine general election? Okay, the second round is going to be on the 19th of November. So that's when I guess the presidency will be decided. And as far as I know, Argentina is a normal country relative to the United States, which means that once the president wins the election, they are inaugurated and sworn into office pretty soon thereafter. And they don't do the thing where it's like, oh yeah, we have to wait until January of the following year for you to actually be president. I don't know why the US does that, but hey, we do, I guess. So, you know, this could be a victory for the left. Possibly. Although I would rather, whatever happens, I would rather it be a resounding defeat for the right. Fun fact in your Discord? Ooh, what's the fun fact? Epic meme. Here, let me show this on stream. Where is, open link? Very good. Excellent. This is vital information. Everybody must know this. Has your country ever eaten your prime minister? In red, we have no. In green, there is yes. Splendid. When did this happen? Ah, yes. The example of Johan de Witt, the head of the Dutch Republic in the mid-17th century, who, after a series of negative events in the early 1670s, was murdered in The Hague on the 20th of August, 1672. And then his killers at least partially ate his body and that of his brother Cornelis. Nice. They killed him and ate him. This is what happens to the average Dutch politician, in fact. Every week this is happening. I've always said this. Yes. No, he escaped on the submarine. What was he talking about? Oh, he's going to the cave under the water. Nice. If Javier Milei is elected, I think we know what to do. The path of history has laid this out for us time and again. Starting to feel hungry. Maybe the BBB has some delicious ministers left over. Very true. Very true. I mean, hey, they are if they're actually the farmer villager party, then you know they're working in the fields, you know, harvesting that delicious food. They probably taste like corn or something. Pretty good. All this talk of politics is making me hungry. Man. Where am I going now? I have to go east, right? Yeah, this guy's no longer here with the Whalers. I might make that into a segment, me talking about the Argentine elections and then also eating politicians and stuff. Yes. Yeah, I think that'll be it. Yeah, where's an Argentinian minister when you need him? It's okay, we simply must satiate our appetites until Javier Milei potentially gets elected. If he is not elected, we can simply eat the BBB. They will be the main course. We can have Javier Milei as a side dish, as a treat, you see. Hey. What else did I have? Okay, this stuff is old news, but I think I might as well talk about it. Yeah, you know what? There's some stuff from Israel and Palestine that I want to talk about. Not because it's like breaking, but because it shows like an important part of like the moral discussion that's going on. So a little while ago, there was a hospital in Gaza that was bombed by Israel. It was, what was it, Al-Waha? Hospital explosion? Al-Ahli. Okay, not Al-Waha. It was Al-Ahli. The Al-Ahli hospital in Gaza was bombed by Israel. And at the time, there was a lot of disinformation circulating about who did it and how it was done. At the end of the day, when the dust settled, the information came to the surface thanks to some actually really good reporting from Al Jazeera and Channel 4 News. That actually, according to a second-by-second breakdown of like the video that was available from that night, it was revealed that like Israel dropped some sort of explosive on the hospital that blew up, and that was the explosion that was caught on camera on the infamous video reel, right? But this sparked a lot of discussion, and there were people arguing back and forth over this specific instance of disinformation. Most of the disinformation was coming from the IDF and sort of associated sources, where the Israeli government was doing some, in my opinion, pretty lazy propagandizing, where a lot of their narratives, if you even looked very slightly past the surface, or even just took them at their word, some of their narratives blatantly contradicted each other. Like stuff as simple as what direction did the explosive device come from. But the reason I bring that up is because those discussions about the minutia of the event, like the death toll, the method by which a bomb was deployed, what kind of bomb it was, how big was the explosion, really how much damage did the hospital undergo, that stuff is largely irrelevant. And this is an example of people missing the forest for the trees. Irrespective of who even did the bombing, the fact remains that Israel has bombed 20-odd other hospitals in Gaza. The fact remains that Israel has been occupying Palestine for 60 years or more, right? And the fact remains that the civilian death toll on the Palestinian side is easily 3 times as high as the civilian death toll on Israel's side. It's essential to remember the bigger picture when this sort of minutia is getting discussed, because this should not and does not affect the moral status of Palestinians in this debate. At the end of the day, regardless of who did this bombing, Israel is still ultimately at fault for most, if not all, of the terrible things happening in Gaza. That Pokemon is called Sigma? Yeah, it's the Sigma female. Yeah, all. I would certainly agree that Israel ultimately is responsible for all the bad shit that's been happening in the West Bank and Gaza, because they are the primary military force in the region, primary economic force in the area there. It's important not to get hung up on those small instances of dispute when the larger question is the larger question is that of Palestinian independence, sovereignty, and respect for human rights. That doesn't change as a result of any disinformation that comes out of there. At least not at its core. But unfortunately, I've seen a lot of people, debating. In fact, I've even been involved in some debates to this effect over who really bombed the hospital. How did they bomb the hospital? Is the death toll accurate? I don't think any of it matters, because at the end of the day, it is Israel's fault. Brutal occupation, etc., etc. And that's what we need to all walk away from this with in our heads. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. Isn't even the New York Times saying it was Israel now? I don't know. I don't read the New York Times or pay attention to them, but it's entirely possible. Here we go. 4 hours ago. Close look at some key evidence in the Gaza hospital blast. Trying to get past the subscription wall. Yep, they refer to the Al Jazeera investigation, so they are in a, in a very roundabout way. They are admitting that yeah, it was probably Israel. They're saying, oh, much remains in question. So it seems that seems that they've moved on to the both sides narrative, the New York Times, which is a pretty significant shifting of the goalposts. But it seems that they're no longer comfortable with simply deferring to the words of the IDF on the matter, which is, I mean, it's still bad journalism, but it's a step up from what we got after the blast happened. And funnily enough, it seems that possibly as a result of Israel being extraordinarily lazy, like as lazy as Russia and RT with like their propaganda stuff, putting out stuff that like directly contradicts itself. It seems that despite that, people still support Palestine just as much as they always have. Like I guess this could be part of the disillusionment that people are going through now that like we're in a not just post 9/11 but post 9/11 world. People aren't going to fall for the same things that they fell for in 2001 and 2002, at least not to the same extent. And we have Israel kind of trying to do the same jingoistic drum beating here. And people just ain't buying it. Partially because, the IDF has been on Twitter basically posting through the war crimes and being like, yeah, we did it because we think Israeli lives matter or something. It's basically like the international politics equivalent of them shouting Blue Lives Matter at the top of their lungs or whatever. I don't want to learn Dynamic Punch. Sorry, dude. Wait for Jew World Order. That would unironically be better than the world we have. Jews don't even support Israel. In America, a lot of Jewish people just don't actually support Israel. One of the biggest propaganda campaigns of the 20th century has been that Israel equals Jews and Jews equals Israel. That's not true. There's like a lot of footage of pro-Palestine protests in the US and elsewhere where there are Jewish people attending these protests. In fact, there are Jewish organizations in the United States that advocate for peace in Palestine. They, like Jews Against Genocide or whatever. A lot of people posting stuff like never again means never again, like, for Palestinians included and all that. Not everybody is... people and their politics are not divided on those sorts of ethnic lines. "500 got arrested in Congress over the weekend, including 200 rabbis." Wow. Yeah, people really aren't happy with Israel. It's like, it's not a problem of like, I mean, I don't even know what Israel wants us to like think they are, other than like the fascistic narrative of like shining freedom city on a hill, Jewish evangelical version as opposed to regular evangelical version. But yeah, people have been pretty up in arms over this stuff, and that's really good to see, I think. It's funny. This has predictably enough, the war in Gaza has evoked quite a bit of anti-Semitism in the West, and I mean genuine anti-Semitism, not like the whole, oh, just because you're anti-Israel, that means you're also anti-Semitic. you know, people chanting all sorts of horrific shit, including people posting about the Jewish question. And one thing I've noticed is that, like, people will post the Jewish question who are from countries where there's not really a Jewish population even. Where, like, it just doesn't make sense for that conspiracism to even exist there. Like, Japan and China. Like, I don't recall there being an especially significant Jewish community in either of those countries. But it's like the West has now exported anti-Semitism to the third world. And now they're engaging in it because, I don't know. Empire is as empire does, I guess. I don't know. But it's really funny because, like, there's the conspiracy that, like, oh my god, the Jews control the world and all that. But I think a more apt version would be there is a conspiracy to create a conspiracy to say that the Jews control the world. Like, the conspiracy isn't, oh my god, Jews are in charge of everything. No, the conspiracy is there is a group of people, the ultra-wealthy, the bourgeoisie, in charge of everything, and they are working in subtle ways to craft the narrative that actually it's the Jews that are in charge of everything, to detract attention from themselves. It's like the Jewish question was manufactured by the actual people who are, like, the shadowy figures that they paint the Jews as in the Jewish question. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's you know, it's certainly something. It could be funny, it could be, like, bizarre and kind of despair-inducing depending on how you look at it, but it's, I mean, above all, it's pretty ironic. And I mean, that kind of fits with what the Nazis did in the early 20th century, and the ultra-nationalists in Europe and stuff, where, you know, all the fascist parties were allied with the industrialists and the capitalist class in their respective countries, and they needed a convenient scapegoat. In Germany, they picked the Jews when they knew they were the ones running the show. They knew that, like, yeah, we're running the show. We just need somebody to point the finger at. Very wacky stuff. Let me actually look up those arrests. Here, hold on. 500. Oh wow, look at that. Shout outs to Al Jazeera for reporting this again. Do they have an article on this? Like a written article? Well, I guess I'll just read the description of the YouTube video. The human rights organization Jewish Voice for Peace says that 500 people were arrested at their protests against, quote, Israel's ongoing oppression of Palestinians, end quote, in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday. Wow. The protesters sat on the floor of the lobby of the U.S. Congress building, unfurling a large banner that said ceasefire as they were surrounded by police. This is a quote from one of the people in the group. We shut down Congress to draw mass attention to the U.S. complicity in Israel's ongoing oppression of Palestinians. End of the quote. The U.S. Capitol Police said it had cleared the rotunda around 1 hour ago and that it is still processing arrests. This was posted on October 19th, so it's not super current. This is from last week. Yeah, wow. And here we have them interviewing a rabbi who is saying that Zionism is not the same as Judaism. So, Jewish community in the United States taking W's as usual. Is this where I'm supposed to go? Let me load state. What's in this one? Oh, okay. I think I know what's going on here. You go to one and then you go to the other. This is a really interesting gym battle because I think every single battle in this gym is a double battle. And I think this is the only gym where you fight a gym leader that is a double battle, which is a cool concept. I wish they would do that more in Pokemon games. You know, it's a shame that, well, for me anyways, it's a shame that sometimes they don't stick to the gimmicks. I think Generation 5 introduced one of the most fun ones with triple battles and rotation battles. But, you know, it's like, they kept dropping them after each game. I think the last time they introduced a gimmick like that was probably Generation 3. At least that stuck around. Loudred is evolving. Yes. I get to have an even louder Pokemon. Oh, I should adjust the mic gate properties on my microphone. There we go. Yeah, okay. It was closing. The mic gate was going on for too long before closing. Yay, now I have an X-Cloud. Hyper Beam. Ooh. Uproar is only 50 power? When do I learn Hyper Voice? Or do I learn it at all? I want to know this. X-Cloud. Moves learned, Generation 3, please. Level 63. Okay. You know what? I think I'll take Hyper Beam until then. Yeah. Very powerful stab move. And then I'll take Hyper Voice, which is weaker, but it doesn't make me have to spend a turn to recharge, which is good, which is nice. Yeah, that's all the politics that I had written on my text list, TXT document today. Oh, this just goes back here? Okay. Oh wait, I can go through that the other way. Oh, I have to go through this other one to... Yeah, okay. I understand now. Hopefully I can get to level 40. Actually, what level are Tate and Liza? I need to check this for my own purposes. Pokemon games. Emerald? Emerald, where are you? Yes, thank you. Emerald Pokedex. Gym leaders in Elite Four. Where are Tate and Liza? Levels 41 and 42. Okay, so I will need to do some level grinding, assuming that my Pokemon don't gain any levels appreciably over the next one battle. Yeah, it seems like I'm just not gonna gain that level. Alright. Now just to confirm. This is the way of the gym leader, right? Oh no, it's a, like, actual puzzle. Ugh. Okay, I get it now. Let me through. Yes. And then... gym. Okay. Level grinding time. Who's this? Oh, okay. Nobody significant. Where would even be a good spot to level grind? The only place I can think of is out here, but like, you find such a wild variation in Pokemon levels. Although maybe that could be useful. Maybe that could have its uses. Never mind. Yeah, I think out here is a pretty good location to grind levels. Oop. Dragonair. As far as I recall, this is where I got Dragonite, my Dragonite last time I played this game. Dragonite's a really fun Pokemon to use, because, like, 80 base speed in the regular Pokemon games is usually enough for you to get away with. Like, for the purposes of the main game. And Dragonite has such a monster attack stat. I need to heal. I've always been a big fan of Pokemon that have, like, monstrously high attacking stats. Part of the reason I picked Blaziken is because it has an attack stat that's really high. Not that Swampert or Sceptile don't, but, like, well, I used Sceptile last time. And then I wanted a water type that would be able to take advantage of the fact that it has Surf as part of its moveset. And Swampert wouldn't be that, because Surf is a special move. Slash and Cut are the same power and accuracy and usages in this game. The difference is the applicability is for Cut, it's like, you can use it outside of battle. And then Slash has a higher critical hit rate. I don't know if I'm gonna need Cut between now and the end of the game. I'm hoping not. Here, hold on. Pokemon Emerald Cut trees. Cut tree locations. Map, maybe? Is there a map that shows all this? Pokemon Emerald location maps? Maybe? No, okay. I'm gonna just assume that I've seen the last of the Cut trees. And I'm gonna get rid of Cut. Alright, cool. Level 42. That's 1 out of 8. I have to do this 7 more times. I don't know if the EXP share would be especially helpful to me here. Friends experience for battle. No, I don't think I care particularly much to do that. Let's switch Esteban up front. Have you do your thing. Dragonair, Tentacruel, and Lapras? Well, Tentacruel and Tentacruel. Then Dragonair and Lapras seem to be the Pokemon that you can find here. Not a bad pool, honestly. I don't know if there's any Pokemon game where I've played through and used a Lapras. Probably because, like, you can't get him that early. I don't know. That's a shame. You know, Lapras is a very cool Pokemon. I like it. Very bulky. I have used Tentacruel before, though. Tentacruel is very fun. Very fun to use on a team. It's very fast. I wouldn't expect it to be fast, but it is very fast. For the role it occupies. That is. What? That didn't kill it? Dang. We got defenses. Alright. Now, Gengar is level 42. Let's get Maria out front. Assad, okay. This is gonna be tedious, but at the rate it's currently going, I don't think it's gonna take that long. Like I'm actually already 25%, if not more, of the way to being finished, because I need to raise 8 Pokemon 2 levels. So far, I've raised 2 Pokemon 2 levels, and then 1 Pokemon 1 level. 5 out of 16. I don't think 5 out of 16 translates to a clean percentage. Probably punch that into a calculator to get some fucking long-ass string of numbers. Or maybe not. No, you know what? You don't get that long of a string of numbers if you divide anything by 16. Because if you divide something by 4, you get a clean percentage, right? And then if you divide something by 8, you get a, like, the percentage and like, 1 decimal point. Like, 1/8 is 12.5%. And then I think 1/16 would be 6.25%. So you'd still get a like, not the cleanest, but like you wouldn't get infinite number bullshit. You divide anything by 16. Yeah. You do get that if you divide anything by a number that is a multiple of 3 and not 4. So, like, get ready for mathematical theory. If you divide anything by 6 that isn't, like, 3, you get an infinitely repeating decimal. But I think if you divide something by 12, since that's a multiple of 4, you don't? Maybe you do. Maybe it's just any multiple of 3 will yield an infinite set of like, repeating numbers or whatever. I don't know. You know, applied mathematics has never been quite as interesting to me as mathematical theory. Because there are ways that you can sort of, like... It seems like math doesn't quite break down, but comes really close to breaking down. In our conception of it, when you do certain things. And it could be really simple things. Like, you divide 1 by 3, and then you get 0.3 repeating. Does it end? No. And it can't end. Otherwise, you get a number that isn't quite right, and wouldn't figure cleanly into multiplications, or trying to reconstitute the original whole. Same thing with dividing by 0, kind of. Well, I mean, you just can't divide by 0. It's a weird, like... That's one of the first weird semantic games I played in my head. Was like, if you divide something by 0, doesn't that mean you're not dividing it at all? And the answer is no, it doesn't quite work like that, but it's like... From a certain semantic perspective, dividing by 0 and dividing by 1 sounds like a really similar thing, because dividing by 0 is like, oh, you don't divide it at all, so you still just have the thing itself, right? You didn't divide it. It's still there. But then divide it by 1 means that you only have one piece of the thing. Like, it has, instead of 2 pieces, you know, you divide by 2, that means 2 pieces of the thing makes the whole. Divide by 1 just means it's one piece. That's an anime, and that's the whole thing. I've never watched One Piece, and I don't plan to preempt that issue. I'm sure it's good, but I am not watching 900 episodes. I'm also not reading 900 chapters, or however much there is to that manga. Not for that one, anyway. Trying to think, what else, like, I know there's other, like, weird mathematical things that live rent-free in my brain, but I can't recall what they are right now. Oh well, it's a big world, it'll come back to me eventually. Oh, Pelipper, you can find Pelipper out there, that's cool. I used Pelipper last time as well. I've used Pelipper on a few other Pokemon playthroughs, and it's pretty good to use in the main game. It has a surprising amount of utility, being a like defensive water flying type with like a decent special attack stat. I used it in Pokemon Sun, I think. I used it just as like a Rain Dance Pokemon. Rain Dance plus like Hurricane or whatever. And then I also, I think, had an electric type on my team, so I used the classic Rain Dance Thunder thing. I just had to hope I wasn't sending it out against an electric type, or that an electric type didn't switch into me when I was using Rain Dance, because that would have ended like really, really poorly, I think. Would have not have ended well. I can foresee Lairon being like the most difficult Pokemon to... Yeah, okay, okay. Yikes. Alright, this is gonna be quite a task for Lairon to get to level 42. Although, once I get Lairon to level 42, it evolves into Aggron, so that's cool. Then poor Vibrava, poor bastard, doesn't evolve until level 45. God, Dragon types always evolve so late. Except for Swablu into Altaria. But Altaria isn't that good, so, eh. Okay, get him out of here. It's a good thing I'm encountering relatively high-level Pokemon. That way I can level up pretty quickly. They give a lot of experience, but, these are still water types that I'm dealing with here. You know, not the best thing to be fighting as a rock type. Actually, what if I go south here? This is another route, isn't it? Yeah, Route 127. Ooh, Omanyte. That's fun. Another Wingull. Wingull again. Wingull again? Come on, there's got to be more, right? I guess it's just Wingull. Never mind. And Omanyte. Okay, they don't give that much experience. Probably just gonna go back the other way. What about in Moss Deep itself? There's Tentacool. And Tentacool again. And even more Tentacool. Okay. I think Route 124 is going to be the name of the game for this level grinding. Oh boy. Can I get away with this one? Yes, I can. Kind of. This one might be a little bit more difficult. Okay, yeah. So I can manage with this guy, and then the next guy is gonna... Well, maybe not. That one was level 7. Dragonair is perfectly fine from this guy's perspective. Let me take a swig. Dude, I don't know what made me think of this. I saw recently that there's going to be a new Star Wars movie coming up. And for the first time, I'm actually conflicted whether or not I'm even going to see a main series Star Wars movie. You know? I saw all 3 of the sequels when they came out. I had already seen, obviously, I've seen the original trilogy countless times, and I have seen the prequels as well. Because I love Star Wars, and I think the universe that exists in Star Wars is great. But with these sort of, I would say direction, but really with the lack of direction that seems to exist in Star Wars right now, I'm not terribly hopeful at the prospect of a new Star Wars movie, especially under the like management of Kathleen Kennedy. Like she was ultimately responsible for like a lot of this like big failings of the sequel trilogy. I liked The Last Jedi. I think that, like, you know, you want to start out with a Force Awakens type movie, that's fine. And then you transition into something more like The Last Jedi. I think if the full trilogy, or even just the last 2 movies in the Star Wars sequel trilogy were Rian Johnson movies, like recognizably Rian Johnson movies, it would have been great. It would have been good. You know, because that guy is a author director. He has his own style and stuff. And he would have produced something that maybe not everybody would have liked. In fact, he said his intention was to create like discourse and disagreement in the Star Wars community to sort of shock people. But it would have been art, and it would have had its own like artistic integrity. And of course, like, if we want to get super technical, obviously the Star Wars that we got is also art, but it's not very good art. Not from my perspective anyway. I don't know. Somebody out there likes it. That somebody is not me. And when I say it, I'm referring to The Rise of Skywalker, the last one. I think that, like, there was room for the sequel trilogy to still be really good. Definitely better than the prequels and stuff. Which I think ultimately, like, on some levels it is better than the prequels. It's pretty hard to make a movie trilogy that's as bad or worse than the prequels, insofar as how they function as movies. Not talking about any, like, the messaging here. But, you know, Rise of Skywalker might have, might be approaching that line. I'm not sure. It just seems like the any identity it could have had was kind of lost when they brought J.J. Abrams back on board and like basically just made it not a whole lot more than fan service and like that's it really. It's just fan service. And I mean, people can cite the corny dialogue and whatnot. Star Wars has always been known. Like, the movie series has always pretty much been known for having, like, super corny dialogue, you know, haha, written and directed by George Lucas and whatnot. That's the kind of stuff we're dealing with here, but... yeah. I don't know, I guess it's pointless to, it's kind of pointless to, like, reminisce about something that could have been, but wasn't. Because, like... well, bygones are bygones and whatnot, and that this is now the world we're living in. Star Wars is gonna be this, I don't know, corporatized thing. It's not like it ever wasn't super corporatized and, like, merchandise and whatever. Yeah, I just wish it were better. Because The Last Jedi was really good. But all that to say, I don't know if I actually want to see the new Star Wars movie that's coming up in, it's either 2024 or 2025, I don't remember which. It depends on how sold I am on the premise, right? I guess that's what we're working with here. Like, if it's a really cool premise and it's, like, executed really well, then maybe I'll see it. Although I guess it's also possible I could have been, like, spoiled for Star Wars media in the meantime, you know? In between 2020 and now, you know, over the past 3 years, we've gotten some pretty big releases. We got some gems. We got the last season of Clone Wars, we got the Bad Batch, and we got Andor. These are some of the best Star Wars media I've seen. You know? And, I don't know if it's going to be even possible to top that, or if they're going to try. I don't know. Such are the ramblings of one guy that enjoys a Star Wars every now and then. Oh wait, I have to go over here and do this thing. Yeah. Alright, now get me back over there. Okay. Yes. Now let me through here. Yeah. Let's fight the gym leaders. It's the only gym where there's 2 of them. And they have psychic types. So, funnily enough, I think Vibrava is going to be a good Pokemon to have out front because it has Crunch. And then Esteban's also going to be good to have up front because it knows Shadow Ball. So let's go. Let's get into it. They're telepathic. They're finishing each other's sentences telepathically. And their eyes are red? What? I don't know why, but I didn't notice that before. Okay, let's start off here. Start off strong. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Maybe not. Maybe that's not what I'm talking about. Let's try to fix this on up. Yeah, there we go. Sent out Soul Rock. And there goes Esteban. Well, he had a good run. He was pretty useful. Let's send out Explode. Get him out of here. The sun. Praise the sun. Or something. I think I'm faster than... Well, I'm faster than Soul Rock at the very least with Vibrava. No. Okay, I should be fine if I just do the same thing again. Yeah, alright, cool. Wait, somebody leveled up to level 43? Oh no, that was Sigma, okay. You do that. You Shadow Ball. Yeah, okay, predictable, I guess. So now Maria. Aerial Ace, Shockwave. And we're looking good. Two of my Pokemon fainted, but that's fine. I got the Mind Badge. And TM Calm Mind. Oh my god, Calm Mind is such a good move. I don't think anybody can learn it that doesn't know it already. Yeah, Alakazam already knows it and nobody else can learn it, so... Ultimately not the most useful thing right now, but... You have Bulk Up. He already knows that. Okay. That's a pretty good strategy, I guess, when it came to that gym leader. Just brute force it with fucking super effective moves. I don't remember where you get Dive. I'm gonna be real. I know Steven is here somewhere. This is probably his house. Never mind. Maybe he's not in town. Maybe that's my B. Oh! Well, never mind. I have found the plot. I should chase all these nerds wearing red. This is not Steven's house. This is a random person's house. Moss Deep Space Center. Let's go. Ah. You. What's up? Okay, they're gonna fight me. You know, I've always wondered why the, like... Team Magma and Team Aqua's Pokemon remain unevolved for as long as they have. And, like, with other teams in other Pokemon games as well, you know? Like, we're getting to mid-late game and stuff, and your Pokemon are level 30-ish, and they still haven't evolved. You know, like, Poochyena should have... Even when it's not an evolution that's, like, contingent on a stone or friendship evolutions or whatever, I should think that at the very least, like, well, you should have leveled up and then evolved by this point. I don't think everybody would be, like, holding an Everstone. It's like, he's got a Mightyena. That is Numble. This guy out here. What? I've been ambushed. 3-on-1, you say? Too bad they didn't invent triple battles yet. How crazy would it be if the game's like Haha, Team Magma Grunts, 3-on-1, they jump you, and then it's like, hey, you know how we did double battles? What if we added a third one? And then, like, they just introduced double and triple battles in the same game. There's some people over here. Hello, Steven. Yes, I will help you. Okay. Who do I want to be in this battle? I don't think I want Lombre, because Surf hits your ally in this game. At least I'm pretty sure. Let's enter Ivan. Let's enter Esteban, right? And then let's enter... I don't know, Dex, I guess? No. Let's enter Maria. And then... Oh, I got a fourth one, huh? Let's enter Sigma. Yeah! So Steven's got some Pokemon as well. I'm gonna use Bulk Up. I'm gonna use Bulk Up one more time, actually. Oh, nice. Okay. Now I can start... I can use Rock Smash on this guy. There we go. Ow. Okay. No, okay. I should focus on healing this round, this turn. I shouldn't have risked it either. It was really dumb. 64 out of 132. Okay, so use Soda Pop on you. Ah, it sent out Sigma. Interesting. Wait. Is it registering Sigma as one of Steven's Pokemon? If so, that's really funny. Also, he killed his own ally? It is! It's giving it auto commands. Wait, it doesn't know Screech. How does that work? I don't get it. I'm gonna be real. Okay. Thanks for the help, I guess. Wait, no, it does. Okay, never mind. I taught it Screech instead of a Feint Attack. Might be. So I did probably 80% of the heavy lifting in that battle. And then Maxie ran away in a huff, I guess? I don't know. I don't know, dude. Where do I go now? I guess I have to, I don't have Dive yet, do I? No, I don't. I have Cut, Fly, Surf, Strength, Flash, and Rock Smash. Where do I get Dive? Okay. So that was May telling me about Rayquaza just now. Maybe I need to go down to Pacific-Log? Let's have you in the front here. Alright, easy enough. Let's see if there's any new updates here. What is going on here? Try to redo that. Geez, nothing new from Palestine, it seems. Getting tired, I see. Yeah, I mean, I've been tired the past few days. God, I actually endured some super frustrating shit on Monday and Tuesday. I was having issues with my card, my bank card. And so I called my bank, and they put me on hold for 30 minutes on Monday, and nobody got to me. And then they put me on hold for, I think, 20 minutes yesterday. I tried, I called them again the day after that stream. And then I was on hold for like 20 minutes that day. And then finally somebody got to me and I resolved the issue that I was worried about. But man, that took it out of me. Customer service can be so fucking bad sometimes. I'm not like an expert in how that shit happens, I guess. The way my dad described it to me, because he's worked in customer service before, is that basically like, it's kind of like the boom bust cycle where companies are always looking for ways to cut costs. And oftentimes what they'll do is like, they'll look at customer service as one of the areas where they can cut costs pretty early on. And then that begins to affect them down the line when customer service is really bad and people start to take note. And then they're like, uh-oh, looks like we have to invest in customer service again. And then customer service gets better, and then they cut costs again, and it gets worse, and then they react to it being bad, and it gets, too bad, so sad. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what would fix that. That's just like that's how things work, it seems. And it sucks because it's annoying to deal with, really, is the thing. Yeah, honestly, kind of a skill issue from the bank's end of things. Because this is a bank that operates nationally in the United States. It's not like this is a very small bank, so it's like they could be investing more in customer service and stuff. There's stuff that they could be doing to make their business model better on the customer end of things, and they're just not. But, I guess that's a common thread between a lot of companies, and not just banks. It just so happened that I was calling the bank, and that was the customer service I was interacting with, as opposed to calling a different company. Yeah, and actually, as a result of that, I got really tired, and there was something I wanted to do on Monday that I couldn't do, because it fell right about the time that we were gonna have dinner, and I was like, man, I don't have confidence to like keep myself together after the like annoyance that was me calling the bank earlier today, and then I'm really hungry. I should have dinner. I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do this. I'll schedule something else for a different time. And then yesterday, the food bank actually called me and said that the event was canceled. Apparently, some stuff was going down at the location that would have like made it hard for people to show up and go into the physical buildings, like some road work or something. And they were like, yeah, we figured we'd reach out to you because we don't want you to like go through the trouble and then see like, oh, things are blocked off here and I can't go in. So I was like, oh, well, that's all well and good. I will do something next week. And I do have something lined up for next week, to that effect. That's good. I love distributing food to people for free. Wish I could do that more. And actually, I've been looking into getting an electric bike as well. I like riding my bike places because I actually know the traffic etiquette on a bike, contrary to most other cyclists in the area. People who think they're all on the fucking Tour de France all the time. You know, I live at the top of a hill, and I remember the last time I rode my bike down to the bottom of the hill to go visit a place, hang out there for a bit. On the way back, I had to, like, dismount my bike and walk up the hill, and it was such a long walk up such a steep hill that I, like, almost passed out when I got back to the house. Like, I was so tired, and I was like, I don't want to have to deal with this every time I leave the house, you know, to go somewhere. And so I decided, you know what? Probably an electric bike would be a good idea. In fact, I looked into the pricing for them, and it's like $500 for a decent one. Which apparently, according to my my dad, I was talking to him the other day, you know, that's not that bad, because there are some just regular bikes that go for like $1,000 because people fucking want to have the super deluxe racing bike model of all time, and it's like drives up the price to an insane degree. It's kind of like gentrification, but instead of rich white people moving into a neighborhood and making all the housing cost more, it's a bunch of rich white people buying bicycles and inflating the cost of bicycles. Same principle. Fisherman. Trick. No, I don't want to learn Trick. That switches your items with the other Pokemon. So I think if I had an electric bike, I'd be able to. I would still have to pedal a bit, but like it would be something I could do much more reasonably than like the current setup that I have with my my bicycle. I'd be able to get up the hill without having to dismount and walk all the way, and without having to feel like I'm gonna pass out on the way back. It'd be good. Is it the best thing for exercise? Probably not, but I have other ways of exercising, and ultimately this is more about transportation and me getting around, particularly without a driver's license, than it is about, like, strictly going out and exercising. I'm making it work. I'm working on it. What's down here? Person. Hello. I always get lost on this route. Because everything looks so samey. Like it's just this water texture for fucking ever. I guess I'm on Route 128 now. I actually don't know where I am on the map. Azumarill. There we go. Let's keep going. Actually, I can just look at the map on the Pokédex. It's not going to show me terribly much. Okay, yeah, I'm over here somewhere. Nice. Tutopolis. Evergrande. Moss Deep. Okay. So I'm going to probably need to start going left at some point. As if I don't do that regularly in my life already. Got him. Yeah, because I'm leftist. It's kind of a lazy joke. I guess once I get to Pacific Log, I'll find out what's going on here. Switch to Maria. Oh, Dratini! He's so cute. Bye-bye. So cute. Anyway, perish. Another one. You know, it's a little bit strange that you find Dratini down here, but you find Dragonair up on the previous route. If anything, I would think that you'd find Dratini up there and Dragonite down here, since, like, you get to the other area first. But, you know, I'm not the guy that made this game, so. Not inside his head. Rough Skin only does 1/16 of your health in this game. I think, I don't remember if this is the case in all the later games or if it's just one of them. If you activate Rough Skin in I think in the modern games, it takes away 1/8 of your HP, which is kind of a lot. Like, if I used Facade or Aerial Ace on a Pokemon with Rough Skin as its ability in Generation 4 or 5, I think, I would lose a full, like, 12% of my health. Oops. Yeah, get it out. We gotta get out of here. I'm gonna start running from wild Pokemon a little bit more. I think. Unless they're, like, level 30-something, in which case, give me that EXP. This looks like a double battle waiting to happen. Never mind. Or, yes, I guess that is indeed a double battle. Thunderbolt on you, Rock Smash on you, and that works out. Wash, rinse, repeat. Back to Pakistan, friend. I don't understand what that means. You might want to see a therapist. You might be having a mental breakdown. But I'm not inside your head, so I wouldn't know. Same, honestly, also same. Who among us has not had a mental breakdown and needed to go to the therapist? Among Us, yes. Among Us. I love just saying who among us, because it's just the easy, like, haha, Among Us joke. Have you guys seen that video of every US president, like, saying Among Us or something? There's a, like, somebody made a video compilation of every time a US president has gone on the radio or gone on TV and said Among Us to the camera. And it's pretty funny. I don't know if I've noticed you do by now. Yeah. I don't know if, I actually don't know if Donald Trump is one of the presidents that did that. I think it definitely has every president, like, leading up to him. It's like, I think it's Kennedy, Nixon, Johnson, like, Reagan, Clinton, and then Obama. Does he know? Saved us from Among Us? No, Donald Trump is Among Us. He's literally Among Us. I mean, not really. He's presumably in a courtroom somewhere in New York right now. Here, hold on. US presidents saying Among Us. Every time a US president has said Among Us. Here we go. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted. I hope, at least I think most of this is C-SPAN footage.
Privileged among us live. Among us. Privileged among us live.
Who among us would like?
Who among us would be
Among us.
among us?
Among us.
Among us.
Okay, so he has said
A disease.
I think it's so funny also that the one for Lyndon Johnson, is literally just a clip of him saying Among Us. Like, it's not part of a... You could clip it, and it doesn't seem like it's really part of a broader sentence. Or he has, like, there's a pause before and after. So he just kind of says...
Among Us.
There you go. That's it. Alright. Keep WD98 on your algorithm? Yeah, he was the first YouTube channel I subscribed to, all the way back in 2012. Been a subscriber of his for a long time. Anyways, now that stream is done, I'm gonna see if there's anybody available that I can raid. Nope, it seems that Cody Schwab is not live. By the way, big shout outs to Cody Schwab. My man's won the Big House 11 with, I think, the most insane losers bracket run I've ever seen. He won 13 straight sets in losers bracket, including beating, like, Hungrybox, Zane, and Mango and Plup in that order, or something like that. Mango and Lumi just got off. Yeah, I see Mango's live right now. Or at least it's Mango's channel. It seems that Mr. Joey... What is going on? Joey's playing Spider-Man 2, I guess? He's taking a break. I don't know where he is right now. Okay. I guess no reads, or no raids right now. No reads. No reading allowed. This is, fucking, Fahrenheit 451. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Meaning, likely Friday? But who knows? Some stuff might happen between now and then. I don't know if anything's gonna make me feel super tired. Have a good one.